Welcome everybody to Great Crossing High School, where we're here for doubleheader 41st District basketball tonight between the Great Crossing Warhawks and the Frankfort High School Panthers. We'll start off with the ladies' game. The Lady Warhawks of Great Crossing coming off their third win of the season. They've actually won 3 out of 5 since a tough start against a gauntlet of a schedule. Derek Varney, they hung up 95 points against Iroquois on Saturday. Are we expecting that momentum to continue tonight against Frankfort?
Well, if not the momentum, the confidence, I'm sure. I mean, when you're able to do that, in a ladies' basketball game, they're not knocking them or any at all, but, usually in the 60s, that's a pretty good scoring game. But when you look up and you put up 90, that's huge.
Yeah, I know. Across town, Scott County has that habit of putting up 70, 80, 90 points a game. Certainly Coach Glenn Wilson hasn't wavered much from that style. If he can get out and go and his girls can get out and go, they will do so. We saw Brayley McMath, Timothy Williams kind of slashing through the paint early and often in that game. And Iroquois was content to let them do that and just kind of swap haymakers for a long time. 95 to 62, I believe, was the final that day, or 64, excuse me. So 3-7 now, but that's you look at the records in this game. Great Crossing 3-7 overall, 0-1 in the district, a close loss, albeit to Franklin County. Frankfort 9-3 overall, 1-0 in the district. But I think all that being said, Great Crossing comes into tonight as the favorite, and the question is, as strange a situation as that is with those records, how do you guard against overconfidence?
Right. Well, I think. Cal, I think a little bit of strength of schedule as well. I was impressed with the Lady Warhawks when we had their game here against Franklin County before Christmas. I mean, it was the score didn't indicate how tight the game was. So I think maybe they probably took that into the holidays and hopefully built from it. And when you come out again and put up 95, 96 points, that's a good momentum builder itself.
And they had a 12-day layoff, did the Lady Warhawks. They played in the Christmas tournament over at Lexington Catholic, but that was before Christmas. It was the weekend before Christmas. So basically had a few days to spend with their families. They came back on the 26th, had a few more days to practice and kind of get the lead out a little bit, get back to some basics on defense. And I think that was the one thing that Coach Wilson was probably not happy with, was the defense on Saturday. But they were in some high-scoring back-and-forth games like that over at Lexington Catholic. They played at E-Town, Elizabethtown, one of the top teams in the state, and really went basket for basket with them for about 2.5 quarters. So as you said, the schedule has certainly prepared Great Crossing for what's ahead. I think Coach Wilson feels like with the district and also some of their other games that are scheduled here in January, other than maybe Scott County, that it may be evening out a little bit. The Great Crossing may be the favorite in a lot of these games. And it's a chance for them to kind of get settled in. I saw one ranking system looking at the 11th region said Great Crossing is number 5 out of 20 teams right now. So they got to get some confidence. They've got to know that they've got some respect statewide despite their record, and maybe a chance to get that first district win out of the way tonight.
Sure, and we mentioned the word momentum a couple times, and I think exactly what it is. Your strength of schedule, you look and you see that you're the 5th-ranked team in a great region, obviously one of the top regions in the state, and I think the momentum is going the Lady Warhawks' way.
I think right now you got Franklin County, Scott County, Dunbar, Madison Southern, and then Great Crossing right there in the mix, and they've got a chance to maybe, now that they've gotten Franklin County out of the way, other than the second matchup in that home-and-home series, a chance to maybe run the table and get the 2 seed in this district. But we'll see. Don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. We saw Frankfort in the JV game. They got some varsity kids that played in that one. It impressed us quite a bit. So.
Yeah, they can play. That's what I was saying. The girls in JV, anxious to see how much varsity time they get for Frankfort, because they were pretty good.
Frankfort's got a couple of players to watch. Tiana Mitchell has averaged 14.6 points per game. She's a senior point guard. And then Jemiah Chenault, a sophomore, has averaged a double-double, 13.8 points and 11 rebounds. So that's somebody to pay attention to. Great Crossing has their starting rotation pretty well set. It's been the same 5 most of the season. Brayley McMath leads the team with 14.8 points per game. She's a junior, one of only 2 juniors on the roster, and they have no seniors. Something about Brayley. She is the top free throw shooter in the state right now at 91% from the line, 91.4%. Timothy Williams, 12.1 points per game, 5.9 rebounds. Rachel Smith averaging almost 10 points per game herself. Reagan Barrett's really come on, 6 points and 5 rebounds per contest for the freshman in the middle. And Ava Skierman, she's been part of that rebounding by committee as well, with almost 6 points per game. We'll get the national anthem here. We'll be back with you shortly. Great Crossing High School Warhawk Band getting us started in fine fashion tonight. I want to thank you for joining us here on both the NFHS Network and or newsgraphic.com. I'm Cal Oakes with Derek Varney. I want to thank and certainly mention my employer, News Graphic. If you want baseline to baseline coverage of all the county teams, Scott County, Great Crossing, Georgetown College basketball, we'll have it for you 3 days a week and online as well. Also want to thank our other sponsors, the Bird's Nest Broadcasting Network sponsors, Raising Cane's, DMK CPA, Georgetown College, Scott County Veterinary Clinic, Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, local agent Steve Skierman, West Banco, Burger King, Bluegrass Orthopedics, Georgetown Community Hospital, Galvin's, Toyota, Motor Manufacturing of Kentucky, Brickhouse Properties, Chick-fil-A, Greens Toyota of Lexington, Clark's Pump and Shop, and People's Bank. Of course, we will have Player of the Game awards tonight for each game also. Right now, the Frankfort player is being introduced. There's Madison Close, Rayleigh Ellis, Gracie Evelyn, Tiana Mitchell, and Jemiah Chenault. Those are the 5 starters for them. We mentioned the 5 starters for Great Crossing. Rachel Smith, Timothy Williams, Braylee McMath, Reagan Barrett, and Ava Skierman. Ava's an 8th grader, Barrett's a freshman. McMath, a junior, Smith and Williams, both sophomores. So a young group, and that's another factor. Frankfort's got some seniors. This could be a test of wills here, as they've been through the battles as well.
They have 11th region battles, 41st district battles, and and you look up and you have your first starter there for Great Crossing is a battler in herself, who's an 8th grader, is Ava Skierman. So she's gonna. I guarantee, Cal, she doesn't care how many seniors are out there. She's going to play as hard as she can.
As we said, she's tied for the leading rebounder on the roster with Reagan Barrett. With Timothy Williams. Reagan Barrett also in there. It's been by committee, but they've been impressive. Early in the season, they were getting a little outsized and banged around by some opponents, but lately it has worked for them in the paint as well as from outside. They've been able to get that dribble drive game going. We said that against Iroquois with McMath and Williams in particular. So
Williams is such a slasher, and McMath can handle the ball too. And when you got your advantage when you have good ball handlers.
Barrett wins the jump, and here comes McMath quickly over to Smith and back to Williams as the Warhawks will look to attack
the 2-3 zone.
Against the 2-3 zone, you might expect that. We know the three-point shooting prowess has been evident, as here Skierman will take it from the corner, and it's good. Get her off to a good start. Anything is possible.
Somebody in the next game that wears 22 can do that as well. I think that's an older brother.
I think so. And, we saw him against Scott County earlier this year kind of take that game over, so no surprise there when either one of them streaky, but when they get heated up early, they can attack big time.
It's always a nice sign to hit your first long three-pointer. Usually want a layup or a free throw, and she hits a long three-pointer.
Tiana Mitchell will set the offense for Frankfort. I don't think they want to necessarily run with Great Crossing, so they'll probably try to take a more half-court approach. She will lower her shoulder, and she'll get called for the walk.
Yep. She was imposing her will there. It was either going to be a walk or probably a charge there, the way she had her shoulder lowered.
Definitely diving into the paint there. We're a minute into this one. 3-0 Great Crossing. As Skillman will dish back to McMath. Over on the wing to Smith. Looked briefly inside as if she was going to fire to Barrett. Now she'll throw the skip pass to Williams. Williams for 3, and it's good. 2 for 2 from that corner are the Lady Warhawks.
Well, that's a good sign. I mean, they got good ball movement against the 2-3 zone. That's what you're going to get. You're going to get a wide open look from out. You don't want all your shots to be from outside, but they've gotten 2 good looks.
Both times that corner 3 work. We mentioned Chenault averaging a double-double, and there it is. A strong take under the basket, and it's 6-2.
Frankfort does a token full court 2-3 press. If it may, I mean, they just to make Great Crossing slow down. What that does, it keeps Great Crossing from getting that long pass down floor, and then they back up into it.
McMath looking to coach Glenn Wilson. She'll reset quickly. Williams driving to the hoop. Skierman will get the rebound on the weak side, up and in.
With the left.
Nice left-handed layup from Ava to make it 8-2. Quickly up for Frankfort is Mitchell. Now a 3-point attempt from long range. No good, didn't get anything. And Skierman got her hands on the rebound, and it went off of Frankfort Chenault. Great Crossing ball.
Great Crossing's being aggressive on both ends, Cal. Even on their defensive end, it's a great pass there.
Long look from McMath to Smith, but she walked before she could drop it to Wood.
Smith needs to, as Coach Wilson saying, lay the ball in the basket.
And she kind of knew it, too.
Yes, lay the ball in the basket. Beautiful pass.
Being an unselfish teammate there is all well and good, but you got a chance to get an easy 2. And either contact, thought maybe a walk, but they didn't call anything there. Instead, they'll get it into Chenault, who gets fouled by Ava Skierman. And she'll go to the line.
Chenault has not necessarily the height, but she's got a little strength on Skierman, and Skierman's doing the best she can. But I see the plan now is to get it to the wing, get it down low to Chenault.
Feed it down to the post and get what you can get. If you even if you don't make that layup, you'll go to the line more often than not. Maybe that's not such a good thing.
Well, yeah, we don't draw iron.
The air ball. So we've seen an air ball from 3, and now we've seen an air ball from the free throw line for Frankfurt. Lady Panthers, 9-3 overall, 1-0 in the district. She makes the second, does Chenault. She has all 3 points.
Now they can get into their press. Well, you're not going to stop McMath in a press. Wow.
She will bust the press just like that, puts up a floater that doesn't catch anything.
That's a real tough. If she goes right there, if she stops, which it doesn't matter,
it's not your
male,
natural.
female, they do the same thing. They try to shoot the NBA floater, and that's just a hard shot because your momentum's already carrying you to the bucket.
I don't think they realize what a low percentage shot that is.
That's so hard.
Another floater off the iron, but catching her own rebound is Mitchell. Now looking inside to Ellis. Loose ball on the floor between Ava Skierman and Gracie Evelyn. It will stay with Frankfurt on the held ball. 5:26 remain first quarter. 8-3 your score. Great Crossing on top. Looking for its 4th win in the past 6 games.
Something you normally do not see as a team go man-to-man on to defend the out-of-bounds under.
Steal
good
by
pass.
McMath. No look pass to Skierman. Skierman has 7, and it's a 10-3 lead.
You think the future's not bright for Skierman, Cal? I mean,
my goodness, 8th grader.
She just completely gets it because of how hard she plays. That's the difference. Whether she's scoring or not, she plays so hard, and what that does, it motivates everybody.
Future's bright for this team. Not a senior in sight.
No,
McMath. Colleges, if you're not paying attention to Braylon McMath just because she's not 5'8", I can't help you because she is a player.
And evidently has got soccer skills if you saw what she just did with the ball right there.
Kick it back to the official. We're headed back. Nice no-look save by Smith to Williams, who feeds McMath on the break. It gets blocked.
Yeah, McMath's got 2 on the other side wide open that she needs to distribute that on a good fast break.
Madison close kept it in play for Frankfurt. Smith will try the same play again. Looked like it was off the Frankfurt player's body, and it was.
Great Crossing pressure really getting to Frankfurt right now. They're not even able to get the ball across midcourt.
2 steals while diving into the crowd for Rachel Smith, the sophomore. First-year player. Of course, they're all first-year players for Great Crossing, but she transferred into the district from Lexington Catholic.
Stop and go.
Hesitation there for McMath. She'll get her first 2 points. Frankfurt wants to talk it over, 12-3 with 4:32 remaining here in the first period. So McMath on the board, Williams with a 3, Skjorman with a 3 and 2 twos besides. Impressive start from Great Crossing, Derek Varney.
Absolutely, and what's doing it is I think the pressure on the defensive end, Cal, and then they're able to get some steals and get out on a fast break and get easy buckets. Easy buckets make you look like you're playing a lot better than you are, but they're playing very well right now, led by 7 points of 8th grader Ava Skierman.
I mean, we like those corner threes, but if you can get layups in transition, it's even better, and that's what they've done to this point.
Absolutely.
Since those first 2 outside bombs. Frankfort, I just don't think they can keep up with that end-to-end pace that Great Crossing would like to set.
No, and Frankfort's even laid back in a 2-3 zone on their defensive end. Now, Great Crossing is pressing a little bit.
There's a 3 from close, blocked by Williams, saved by Chenault. Nice ball movement.
Beautiful
there
pass.
From close to Ellis, Raylee Ellis, excuse me. It's 12-5. There's a strong take by Williams that gets rejected and rebounded by Chenault. Looked like maybe a double dribble there, but Close doesn't.
I think they need to get Reagan Barrett involved.
Draw the whistle. There's a 3-point attempt, a rainbow that's just off the rim, no good. Tipped and saved by Frankfort, but kicked out of bounds. It will go to Great Crossing. 12-5, Lady Warhawks. We are under the 4-minute mark. Great Crossing on that 100-point pace again.
Yeah, they are.
Boy, the other day they got to the school record, which was 64 at the end of the 3rd period, and then Iroquois left its starters in and showed no intentions of slowing it down. And sure enough, Great Crossing threatened before they stopped at 95.
I mean, you got to think how Iroquois felt getting 90-some hung on them in a ball game
on a Saturday matinee.
Right.
And honestly, the Great Crossing 6 through 10 players were keeping up with their starters. There was nice ball movement to break the press there. And
Very nice ball movement. Scott County's gambling on the, Great Crossing gambling on the wings right now, trying to get out into the passing lane.
Nice hook by Reagan Barrett, the little baby hook.
And I'm really impressed with Reagan Barrett. You can tell from the last game that we did against Franklin County, she's very, very comfortable right now and aggressive.
Confidence has peaked for her, has ramped up certainly. This team's just going to get better and better. They were young, as we said, only 2 juniors, no seniors. A brutal schedule to start against which they went 0-5. But since then, 3-2. Some good wins in that LexCAF tournament over the likes of Scott and South Warren, both of whom are down a little bit, but who are state tournament caliber teams traditionally.
Each and every year, and again, as you said, when you start at 0-5, then you go 3-2. You're showing improvement, and that's all you're looking for. Each and every game, every practice, you're looking for improvement.
And they weren't getting stomped even against those good opponents. They were not getting running clock. They were hanging with them, 8-10 points down most of the way. Sometimes depth caught up with them at the end. Chenault scores there for Frankfort. She has 7 of the 9. And it's a 14-9 game. Smith for 3. She's on the board. All 5 starters for Great Crossing in the scoring column here early. And Frankfort will take another time, a 30, as they're down 8.
Cal, that's 3 or 4 threes in the first quarter for Great Crossing. I mean, they're really lighting it up right now. And as you see, 2 minutes and 18 seconds ago, they got 17 points.
Great Crossing, that's a 3 for Smith, a 3 for Williams, and a 3 for Skjorman. 17-9. And we are still 2:18 to play here in the first period. Great Crossing's offense has found its rhythm of late, and their defense hasn't been half bad either.
No, if they're still giving up a lot of easy buckets, but it comes because of they're gambling on the wings a lot, trying to get that steal out front, which is leading to the numbers underneath for easy buckets.
So all 5 Lady Warhawk starters have scored. Frankfort has leaned heavily on Chenault. They'll get it inside to her again. She'll take post up Barrett. And there was contact going the other way. And
Reagan held her ground right there, arm straight up. Reagan's just as tall as anybody out there, or the tallest on the floor.
I would say so.
Yes, she is, and she held her ground well right there.
Principle of verticality: just put your arms straight up and do your best, and it worked. Skjorman with the kick to Williams, now inside to Barrett. She loses it momentarily, but gets it out to Smith, who finds McMath, stops and pops from the foul line. It's good. Everything going Great Crossing's way right now. Double-digit lead at 19.
I'm telling you, McMath is fun. She's fun to watch. She really is. I mean, that was a mid-range game right there. You saw before the last time out, she does the hesitation dribble off the pick and roll and gets a layup out of it.
She reminds me of one of those NFL scat backs that if you get them into space, she will do damage.
And you're not thinking Darren Sproles, are you?
Maybe. Dave Meggett.
Dave, look at that Meggett go.
Back in the day with the Giants and the Patriots. Eric Bieniemy, whose name has come up this week. With,
Eric sleeping with Bieniemy.
Eric Public Bieniemy.
Yes. That's two of them Berman used to do. Look at that Meggett go.
Barrett going to the line for two. She'll miss the first. Haley Ward checks into the game for Rachel Smith. Also into the game for Frankfort, Brianna Walker. She played in the JV. I think pretty much everybody but the starting five played in the JV game for Frankfort, which they won by 10. Broke it open in the second half. Reagan Barrett makes the second. It's 20-9.
Reagan looks great from the line. Very comfortable, bent her knees well, and nice stroke.
Good form with the hook shot and good form
Absolutely.
with the free throws. She's her offense is just going to continue to blossom, I think. And as you mentioned, her defense earlier as well. Three-point attempt by Frankfort. Rules around the rim. That was Mitchell, Tiana Mitchell, no good. Williams on the rebound.
Nice pass.
Coast to coast and dish to Skierman. Gets it tipped. She recovers her own rebound and will get fouled again and will go to the line.
Skierman's very good, if you notice, Cal. If she's on the left side, she's going to use her left hand, which you don't always need to do that. But when she sees a body coming on her right side, she has to use her left hand, and that's just great fundamentals.
Basketball IQ.
Absolutely.
From number 22, who has 7 points already. She's well on her way to a career high tonight. First one goes. Smith checking back in, replacing McMath. She'll get a breather. That's good coaching by Glenn Wilson. She'll probably get to sit for the last 1 or 4 of this quarter and then be good to go.
Been seeing that a lot lately with teams. Actually saw it with college teams as well. They'll take their probably top 2 people out, let them rest for about a minute.
Attempted save on the rebound, turned into a steal and an uncontested layup for Timmy Williams. 23-9. Barrett diving at the knees for Chenal, who breaks free and finds Walker.
Again, Reagan's got to understand that she's 35 feet from the basket. Chenal wasn't going to do anything there, and she tried to gamble for a
another loose ball save that went awry as Williams hits the three from that right corner.
Williams on fire.
Great crossings on fire.
They really
Inside and outside.
26 points.
11, 31.7 ticks remaining in the first quarter. Lady Warhawks well on their way to a district victory here. I didn't want to overstate it too much because you don't want to disrespect the team that comes in with a 9-3 record, is unbeaten in the district. But I just think strength of schedule and the top-to-bottom athleticism of Great Crossing is going to be hard for Frankfort to deal with tonight.
I think it's a huge difference. It really is, because you're so used to when you're playing those really good teams, you're tested every single night, and then the teams that have the weaker schedule, they're just not up to it.
Yeah, they played Walton Verona on the road right off the bat. They played GRC here. I mean,
wow.
GRC's going to the state semifinals and quarterfinals every year. And it was a game for a half. There's a nice drive by
really
Tiana
nice.
Mitchell. They've got a couple of players do Frankfort. They're within half here, 26-13. Skierman looked for a three. Time running out. Williams will take it from deep. Off the front of the rim, no good. Your first quarter score. Great Crossing 26. Frankfort Lady Panthers 13. Want to take another moment to recognize our supporters here on Bird's Nest Broadcasting Network and newsgraphic.com. Burger King, Bluegrass Orthopedics, West Banco, Steve Skierman and Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, Raising Cane's DMT CPA and DMK CPA, Georgetown College, Scott County Veterinary Clinic, Georgetown Community Hospital, Gelman's Cookhouse Properties, Toyota Motor Manufacturing of Kentucky, Chick-fil-A of Georgetown, Green's Toyota of Lexington, Clark's Pump and Shop with its 2 Georgetown locations, and People's Bank. 26-13, Derek. Ava Skierman with 8 points. Timothy Williams with 8 points. Threes from just about everybody It was an impressive first period.
It really was. And if they continue to do this, Cal, this game's going to be over quick. It'll be over by halftime if they have a second quarter, and put up another. They're on their way to a half 100 by halftime. And I mean, it's they don't seem to be letting up any.
The viewers will know, or the listeners will know, we started this thing about 40 minutes late because of a JV game. Running clock might help us get back on time.
Yes, it will.
McMath with a second chance three, and it goes. Rebound and a dish from Rachel Smith.
I think they're probably, Cal, that might be 6 for 8, 6 for 9 from 3.
That's 5 they've made. So 5 for 7.
Yep, 5 for, yep.
It's in that ballpark. We'll get some halftime stats for sure. Ball will stay with Frankfort as a wild shot got tipped out for a dead ball rebound. Looking inside, the Chenault tip by Barrett. They'll try to save it. Did it go off of Smith? The refs are going to have a conversation. It went off of Frankfort.
And that's all because of the great defense and the footwork of Reagan Barrett there to get around the offensive play, to get around Chenault. They throw it in. She uses the correct hand and knocks it away.
And Rachel Smith's just knows for the ball and knows for the game on those plays as she's flying out of bounds. That's 3 times tonight she saved the ball off of a Frankfort player. There's Barrett from 15, back of the rim a little too strong. Frankfort tears down the rebound. Brianna Walker will come away with it.
And I'm okay with her taking that shot. She's wide open. She catches it out of the zone. Good look.
That's going to be part of her game.
Yeah, it will. Have to be.
Baseline, and she hangs out in that dunker spot. Guess that's not what you want to call it for
right.
Girls basketball, but she's going to be good on the baseline from 12 to 15. Got a foul here on Smith. Skurman will check back in for Barrett. I'm not sure Glenn Wilson wanted that shot that Reagan Barrett took, and he'll probably talk to her about it. We like it.
I did. Absolutely. Wide open 12-footer.
And Ava will get the foul there. She went for the ball and drew some arm and knew it.
Break crossing foul number 22, Shearman. That's her second, team fourth. Mitchell at the line, shooting 2.
Tiana Mitchell, she averages 14.6 per game to lead the Lady Panthers. She only has 2 so far with 6:47 remaining in the second. They're crossing up 16. Mitchell makes the first. Timmy Williams back in. You're seeing a lot of short breaks for the starters. Get a drink and go back in. Kind of a 6-player rotation with Haley Ward being the only reserve. Emma Beam has checked in.
Yeah, I saw. I was going to say that as well.
So that's 7. Second one also good for Mitchell to give her 4 points on the night. Back within 14 is Frankfort. Williams will bring up the ball and set the offense fairly slowly, but she'll take it right to the rim. It falls off and gets torn away by Haley Close.
When she learns to control that, Cal, and adds that to her game, my goodness.
Steal by Haley Ward now. McMath will take it. No look pass to Williams on the wing. Williams the drive. A little bit out of control. She was looking for Beam and got fouled.
I have yet to see anybody stop Timmy Williams from getting into the paint.
No, Iroquois had 0 hits.
Oh, my goodness.
After a while, they gave up trying.
Yeah. I think I just back off and just say, hey, make her shoot over top if you can.
Rachel Smith, the catch and shoot 3 is a little strong, but Ward's there for the weak side rebound. Now McMath with the spot up from the foul line. You're just not going to stop that.
No.
Braylon McMath with a team-high 9, 31 to 15.
She sees the defender coming at her, pump fake, puts the ball one time on the floor and goes straight up from the free throw line. Beautiful.
Her game offensively is just so well-rounded as both a shooter and a passer.
It really is, because she can beat you off the dribble and she can hit hit the long jump shot on you.
And gets a surprising amount of offensive rebounds for her size. Got a tie up here. We'll go with Frankfort.
Jump ball possession to Frankfort.
Madison Close will inbound the ball for the Lady Panthers. Chenault will come back to the scores table. She got a brief breather for Frankfort. Only 3 losses on the season, but great crossing. Looking to pin another one on them. 31-15 for the home team right now. Frankfort taking its time setting this offensive trip.
We're trying to keep the point guard from getting in the lane, so they're backed way off inside the three-point line, guarding her and saying, hey, do what you want, dribble all you want out there. You know, we're up 16 points.
We're not going to let you, Tiana Mitchell, slash to the hoop. Rachel Smith playing the tough defense now. Haley Ward kind of swung the arm, almost got a piece of it. Now Mitchell will have an open three, and it's good.
Of course, when you back off and go help, that always happens.
Just give a little bit of a footstep,
right?
A little bit of elbow room. It's down to a baker's dozen. Frankfort hanging in. We're under the 5-minute mark of the second quarter. A little slower pace to this period. Haley Ward from the foul line, no good. Rebound comes down to Haley Close. Frankfort on a little bit of a mini run here. And they've done it without Chenault, who started the game like a house of fire. A little floater is no good, and the attempted rebound off the fingers of Gracie Edlin.
But again, great crossing, asking for trouble by letting Mitchell in the middle. I like the way they played her last possession, besides the three-pointer that she hit when they gambled off on the wing. If you stay off of her, make her shoot over top from deep with a hand in her face. If she hits it, she hits it.
Frankfort's found a way to cut off that supply of open threes and also limited the penetrating pitch a little bit here in this quarter.
Well, the momentum has slowed down. The pace of the game has slowed down, and that's to Frankfort's advantage.
Beam no good on a dish from McMath. McMath will go for the ball, and she'll get the walk. Her aggressiveness forced the travel from Brianna Walker there.
Didn't know she's going to get the walk or the foul there, because there was some contact made.
I think both officials were kind of thinking it over, and the one way behind the play said travel.
And does it right in front of Frankfort's coach.
Yeah, you're not necessarily going to get that call on the road, even in the district. Timmy Williams to the hoop, and the bounce pass to Beam was a lot wild.
And that's what's tough. You're coming right at that person. That's a tough pass to make. It's no angle whatsoever, and you're coming right at them and expect them to catch the ball. You cannot do it.
And here comes Frankfort back, trying to get over that press, and a little drop of the elbow and the shoulder, but she walked first.
Yeah.
It was going to be, again, one or the other, as Rachel Smith tried to draw the charge. Instead, drew the travel, just as good.
Yeah, Frankfort was going to lose that battle either way.
Ball back to Great Crossing, up 13, 4 minutes to play. Second quarter. Braylee McMath.
Yeah, they need a little more spacing on Great Crossing's end. There we go.
Unflappable point guard for Great Crossing. Takes it right to the hoop. The up and under, no good, but Barrett on the second chance.
That's what Reagan needs to do. Had her hands up, got to the basket, and had her man. What she did is she rolled and had her man on her backside there, as she should have.
Chenault with the
nice
moves
move
in the backcourt and then the slash. She's got some deceptive handwork and footwork, and she'll score to make it 33-20. Back quickly, Smith, Barrett, foul. That's on Chenault.
Nice move. Reagan Barrett's being very aggressive. She catches the ball in the paint on the left-hand side and spins back to her right in the middle and draws the foul.
First foul on
Beautiful.
Chenault. Might be smart to go at her and draw a couple, get her out of there.
I was saying that earlier, that they need to really look for Reagan Barrett underneath. That's 3 for 3 from the line, so obviously she can shoot free throws.
She has 6 points tonight. Reagan Barrett, 3:21 remaining. She had a nice game against Iroquois, career high. I believe it was 17 points. She has 7 tonight.
And she's money from the line.
She is on fire.
See, right here, she doesn't need to belly up with Chenault right here. I know Coach Wilson.
That's a temptation. You like to be aggressive.
Right, there you go, right there. That's all you have to do.
Nice body control there to force a tough,
beautiful,
bad angle shot. They get the rebound. McMath on the run. What a pass from Smith, but she traveled again. I don't know that time. The first time I thought it was a travel. This one I thought she just made a nice athletic move.
Just dropped a beautiful pass to Barrett.
And I don't know. Sometimes I think girls get called for travels that boys don't get called for, but I'll just let that stand.
No, I agree.
Bugs me. Frankfort down 15 with the ball. Chenault kind of trying to reset. Maybe slow it down a little bit. Barrett closely guarding her.
Good defense.
Looked like maybe a little bit of a moving pick there that set up a three. It was wild. McMath got the rebound. Quickly up court to Ward on the wing. Inside the arc. Got pushed, and she'll go to the line. It will be for 2.
Shy, Ward is not.
Nope. If she gets some, if she gets a seam, she will.
She's a little daylight.
Number 23, Haley Ward. She'll shoot 2.
She will try to pass through the eye of the needle.
Definitely.
She'll make the first from the line, will Ward.
Back in for Great Crossing, number
That's her
2,
first point of the night.
replacing
She's had a nice season. She did the very unselfish thing back during, I think it was the Franklin County game. Before that game, kind of requested to come off the bench and be the 6th player for the Lady
You know,
Warhawks.
I've had a lot of teammates over the years, Cal, that really were more comfortable watching 4 or 5 minutes and then coming off the bench. And
It's that Vinnie Johnson microwave.
right,
role.
exactly right. And they don't feel the pressure. Good pass to Barrett right there.
Edelin made a 3, but Barrett came right back with the answer.
She's running the floor very, very well tonight.
39-23. 2 minutes to go, first half. Looks like Layla Custard is going to check in for the first time. Chenault, nice move by her, and another layup. She's got 11. She's tough down on the
Chenault
block.
can play. She really is. Good pass. I think that's about 12 points right there now for Barrett.
Barrett, that's 11.
11?
You're close.
Wow. Very happy for her.
11
She's
out
playing
of
well.
the 41. That's the team high. McMath with 9, Stearman with 8, Williams with 8. Balance tonight, Daniel Son.
Exactly
Great
right.
crossing. Yeah, Mitchell thinking about the 3. Now she'll look inside. That's a wise move. They've made it work a few times. That one didn't go down. Chenault was there for the rebound. It went off of her fingertips.
I think everybody's a little gassed right now. Everything's just kind of come to a screeching halt.
The pace is blistering. Emma Beam has fallen down a couple of times. She'll get a break.
Yes.
A little slippery out there. The Zamboni's got to come out and make new ice, I
He's
think.
got to.
41-25, great crossing. McMath will direct the offense at a leisurely pace with 1:10 remaining. Now she'll take it right to the rim. A little bit short, rebounded by Walker. Once again, we've called her name on the defensive glass quite a bit. McMath poked her hand in there and got the ball. Ward with the steal. McMath with the pass to Barrett. Reagan Barrett with the baker's dozen.
And she's doing that because she's running the floor. She really is. She's playing on defense on one end, and she's running the floor.
It starts at this end. I was just going to say that.
There she is again.
Madison close with her first 2 points of the night as Frankfort answered. Timmy Williams right to the rim, gets it blocked by Close. It will stay with the Lady Warhawks. 35 seconds remaining.
Coach Wilson, I'm sure, is going to explain to Timmy Williams at one point, when you drive and they're all coming in and helping out on you, there's somebody open right there.
Open. McMath always finds that open person, seems like. Ward for 3, no good. Close tipped the ball to her teammate Mitchell. Now Mitchell on the run. Gets it partially blocked by Custard. Second chance for Walker. And it looks like Brianna Walker, will go to the line. Foul was on Haley Ward, her first of the night. Only 5 on the Warhawks in the half, so nobody in any serious foul trouble for either side. Neither team in the bonus. They've let them play. And there's a free throw for Walker to make it 43-28. I think Glenn Wilson told me the other day, very happy with the offense, not so happy with the defense. I would imagine that will be the halftime theme today.
It is. They're giving up entirely too many layups still is what they're doing. Is they're playing good defense out front, but they're giving up the dribble drive.
McMath gets her 3 partially blocked, actually fully blocked by Chenault, and Barrett was there for the carom, and she'll get fouled and go to the line.
Did we get a technical foul
That's
call,
what
too?
I thought. Maybe there was
so.
a second whistle.
Yep,
Yes.
boom, there it is.
On number 12 as well. So Tiana Mitchell, that's tough. The personals are second, and I think the technicals are third.
Yep.
That's huge.
Her third foul, yep, there it is.
And your leading scorer. Oh, we got a Frankfort fan up here filming, I guess.
Have to run him off for long.
So Barrett will probably get 4 free throws because although McMath might shoot the technical since she's the best free throw shooter in the state. First one in and out for Barrett.
I was going to say that's 4 for 5 for Barrett right there.
Good free throw shooter. Usually will make the second one after that, and that was the case. Barrett with 14 points, and yes, indeed, Braylee McMath, 32 for 35 on the season, will step up to the mic. She'll make the first. That puts her in double digits with 10 points. And makes the second as well. To pad that statistic on the KHSAA website. Great resource, by the way. I know sometimes people love to cut down a sanctioning body, but I will defy you to find a better statistical / roster database in the state than the one the KHSAA maintains. 46-29 in the final 10 seconds of this half. Ward will get called for the walk.
She got caught in between the screen there that she tried to split.
The devil in the deep blue sea there.
Yes.
5.1 seconds for Frankfort to do something. And that's thrown away to Williams, who falls into the arms of McMath. Barrett.
Barrett with her.
Fittingly caps the half.
With what, 16 or 17 points there for her?
16.
Great half, Reagan Barrett.
Here. I gave somebody too many points, so maybe when the stats get called up here, I'll figure out where I went wrong. 46-29, your halftime score is Gray Crossing well in command over Frankfort. 0-1 in the 41st district, but looking to level that scoreboard and that record. Doing it in fine fashion so far, Derek.
They really are, and it you know, when you shoot the ball well, Cal, you're playing well.
Yeah.
A lot of times that myth can be tested, but in this case tonight, Great Crossing is absolutely lighting it up. I mean, they were 5 for 7 at one point from 3-point range.
They're getting the shots they want.
They really are.
They're getting good threes. They're not taking threes out of the flow. They're getting foul line jumpers. They're getting free throws.
Yep,
and
they really are.
That's going to give
Frankfurt's laid back in that zone, and they're letting Great Crossing penetrate it, which in turn leads to penetrate and kick for open threes, or Reagan Barrett again with 16 points underneath, and you know, she's beating them a lot of times in transition and offensive rebounds.
You know, and Frankfort getting layups, making half of them, the other half, you know, not really catching much of anything other than air.
Yes.
And a lot of dead ball rebounds for Great Crossing, which has helped them to just fuel that game. Okay, I thought the scoreboard was wrong. It's 48. I thought I was right and they were wrong. I'll give you the stats and let you look them over here, as I'm going to change the incorrect score that I reported on Twitter. Thank you very much. I'll trust myself from now on. Reagan Barrett leading all scorers with 16 points. Braylee McMath with 11. Ava Skurman with 8. Timothy Williams with 8. Rachel Smith with 3 rather. Haley Ward with 2. Chenault for Frankfort with 11. Mitchell with 7. After that it tapers off. Walker at 4. Edwin with 3. Ellis and Close with 2 apiece. What other stats you seeing that stand out there?
The turnover department, of course, where you see the lead that Great Crossing has, and you know, I'm sure that the points off turnovers, 17 points for Great Crossing. 17 of their 48 points come from turnovers, which Frankfort has 12 turnovers as compared to just 5 for Great Crossing. So
17 points off 12 turnovers is a good
yes.
good return rate.
Rebound department, actually Frankfort is winning the battle of the boards at 13-12.
I figured a little bit. There haven't been a lot of rebounds because there haven't been a lot of missed shots.
Right. That's usually the difference. And if you look at those categories, when you're winning the turnover department and you're winning the rebounding department, you usually find who's in the lead.
What's the shooting percentage for Great Crossing?
Great Crossing is shooting a blistering 51%.
Yeah, anything over 50, you gotta love that.
Well, and the thing about it is, you look at Frankfurt's down 19 points, and they're shooting 44%.
Yeah.
So, not too bad. You would think they're shooting, 28, 30%? No, they're shooting 44%.
just don't think they've played too many teams with the offensive ability that Greg Carlson has, or the just ability to run you ragged the way that Greg Carlson does.
All right. Let's give a round of applause to Tristan for his participation.
Doing the halftime shootout.
See who wins Canes for a year.
I gotta love that.
Are we allowed to participate, Carol?
I wish we were.
I'll go down there and knock it down, and what we'll do is each time we come up here, we'll have all the Canes we want.
That would be good. I participated in a halftime shootout at Scott County last year. I don't want to relive, really. I showed that I was a post player.
Absolutely.
And an old school post player at that.
Should have asked, hey, can I throw it up here on the board first and go offensive rebound it?
Good Lord, it was bad. Morgan DeFore did fine. She carried me that night.
Well, I don't think there's anything be harder than for us to step down there right now, and because there's possibility of a torn labrum from shooting, a torn Achilles from jumping.
Ah, man. You and I see each other at the gym, and that's enough for me at this point in my life. I'll tell you. Looking at the schedule for this week, we want to tell you that Friday night we got a big one. We got a big one over at Scott County as the Cardinals, the boys, 6-6. I would say that's an uncharacteristic record by any stretch, by any measure.
Probably how far back would you probably have to go to find a 500 record going into coming in after Christmas?
I'd have to dig a while. I know early in the season when they were 0-1 and then 1-2, and how long was it? Figured it had been a few years since early when they played Ballard, and back in the day when they might have played in the beach ball, where they maybe weren't as loaded as they were some other times. They might have taken some L's there, but hasn't happened very much. They'll play a Henry Clay team, which honestly ranked pretty high, but its record is only 7-5, and they haven't exactly lived up to the preseason billing either. It's a big spot for Henry Clay because they already have a 42nd district loss. Scott County's 1-0 with a win basically at the buzzer over Bryan Station. It is wide open this year, wouldn't you say? Henry Clay, Douglas, Scott County. Station's not bad. I mean, Henry Clay only beat Sayre by 15 or so the other night. So I think the boys' 42nd district is anybody's ball game.
I'm totally right there with you, and I think Friday night is going to be a huge game. It really is. More so as we spoke before this game for Henry Clay. Henry Clay comes out in their first game of the season. They got an opener against Douglas, and you lose that game. That puts a lot of heat on the seeding for them. But I can guarantee everybody this, Friday night, throw all that out, because these two teams play different against each other. Daniel Brown really has them ready. They see the name Scott County across the jerseys, and they just really get after it. Now, we've been seeing this for the last 10 years where it's just great games.
And both teams look a lot different than last year, obviously. The one piece that's back for Henry Clay is a big one, Marquez Warwick, the Northern Kentucky commit/signee. He's probably signed already by now. I don't know. I know that's where he's going. The rest of it around him is kind of new. Similar for Scott County, as Taryn Hamilton played in those battles last year, started most of them because of the injuries to Michael Marino. Other than that, it's a new cast around him, and just the consistency has been the issue with Scott County. They played a tough schedule, mind you, but there's some nights where it's just come and gone, and even from quarter to quarter.
Well, exactly right. I mean, and you were talking about high school kids. As hard as Elias Richardson plays, we see him just play great, averaging, going into the Great Crossing game, 14, 16 points, and then goes out and just has an absolute, which I had several of them myself. I'm not saying this against Elias. I'm just making a point here that it was almost a no-show in that game. Comes back out, he's all-tournament team at what Coach Glenn tells me was a great Ashland Holiday tournament.
Yeah, it was, and that was on the heels of a big game for him at Bryan Station, where he kind of saved them. They were down 8 or 10 in the first half of that game. I think there were 4 different times in the second half where his basket put Scott County ahead. So he's a player that's really come on. I think Aaron Leake has come on. I think the best is still to come for Scott County. I think it's getting to be put up or shut up time, because we're into January now. We're near that halfway point of the schedule.
And it's almost time for you and I to stop, to drop that and say, you know what, I think they're getting better and better, and they're going to get better. Well, now it's time. Now we're still early January, I will say. But in the next couple weeks leading into February, again, put up or shut up. You're exactly right.
We haven't mentioned the Great Crossing boys yet much. We'll be seeing them tonight in about 45 minutes or so. They'll take on Frankfort. They've been another up-and-down team. Second place in their Christmas tournament, one they easily could have won down at Logan County. They had a buzzer beater by Neil Baker. And they came out and laid an egg at Lincoln County. So,
well, and that's the thing about this Great Crossing team, who I've said in my mind, and I told you my opinion, I think this team has potential to go deep into the regional tournament. I really do. I think they got as much talent. When you have 3 ball handlers, you have a 6'8" neutralizer in Jalen Barber who just can control a game. And the games I've seen him play, he's done that. And the games that I haven't, I follow you on Twitter, and I look, the other night, and they weren't even close with Lincoln County the other night. I mean, it didn't seem like, it was like 12-0 or something right off the bat, and it just got worse from there.
Lincoln County has a kid named Baylor Mattingly. Baylor Mattingly was averaging 8 points per game before he played Great Crossing. He had 8, all right. He had 8 3-pointers against the Warhawks, 7 of which came in the first half. So that game was over before it started. And as time ticks away here at halftime, the only team we haven't talked about, the Scott County girls, we'll have them again soon enough. We did 3 of their games early. They've come around, I think. They found something out about themselves down in South Carolina and the greater Charlotte, North Carolina area in the Christmas tournament. They came out and played a real bloodbath game against Ryle on Saturday night. No other way to put it. Maddie Shear, the player who's going to go play for the Oregon Ducks, she had 30 and basically carried Ryle to the win. But I think Scott County figured out that against the defending state champions, they are right there.
Yes, that's again, good measuring stick. You're right there over in a.
Got to get over the top.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
We're underway in the second half. A loose ball right off the bat, and the Frankfort will get the possession arrow as Great Crossing had the ball to start the half, but gave it away. Lady Warhawks will get it back on a steal by McMath, and she'll throw it away. So 3 turnovers in the first 12 seconds, and that will set Frankfort on the run with Gracie Edwin for 2. 48-31, Great Crossing, who comes back down quickly, and who else? Reagan Barrett.
Reagan Barrett. Let's get to the 30 mark here, Reagan, tonight. I'd love to see that for her. Just a freshman.
Just 1 point off the career high. In fact, no, I think she just passed her career high with 18. She's had a couple of games up in that high teen over the Christmas, New Year's.
And that just put her at 18, correct?
Yes, it did. They're at 50 in the first 30 seconds of the half, so there's your century watch. There's a basket by Chenault. I said in my lead for the story in today's paper that might be a record that stood for a while, the 95 points. I might have to go eat the words a little bit after this one. Skierman finds Williams. Williams, good from 3. Skierman had a 3 and gave it up for a better 3 by Williams.
And that right there, what we talk about, the sixth sense of the game right there. That is basketball IQ by Ava Skierman, knowing that one more pass is going to lead to a better shot.
8th grade.
Absolutely.
13, 14 years old, right?
And I can promise you, it doesn't. Her dad wasn't that smart. I promise you that. I've known Steve for many years.
We say it out of love. Skierman with the steal and then an offensive rebound as she adds to her all-around night. There'll be a tie-up that will stay with the Lady Warhawks. Steve's a great guy. You know why he's a great guy? Because he's a New England Patriots fan. That's why he's a great guy.
Absolutely. He's got a little connection there with the Burkhead family.
A big connection.
Yeah, absolutely.
Inbounded from Smith to Barrett, who will travel.
Right idea. If she keeps her feet, she did walk, but for her now to catch it foul line, shot fake and go around, that's a big time move for Reagan.
Her offensive game has just exploded in a month. It's exciting to watch how far this team has come, and you think they lost by 6 points to Franklin County before this, On the run, Smith makes the basket and then picks the girl from Frankfort up off the floor.
I will run over you and then help you up.
Sportsmanship and talent all in one. And it's 2 pair on the board, 55-33. The player of the game will be brought to you by Galvin's the girls and West Banco for the boys tonight. Right now, Reagan Barrett's well on her way, I would say.
That's my choice right now.
We've got an over and back as McMath tried to find Skierman, but she was not yet. She was straddling the line.
She did the old jump up and grab it and try to make it across.
55-33 with exactly 6 minutes to play here in the third quarter on the Bird's Nest Broadcasting Network. Brought to you by the NFHS Network and newsgraphic.com. Newsgraphic, where you can find the story to this game on Thursday, find the story to Saturday's game in today's edition. Baseline to baseline coverage. Frankfort taking it to the hoop.
There's
that
runner.
They love that runner. Mitchell, who picked up that second and third foul in quick succession there to end the half, and now she's got to watch. Can't drive to the hoop the way she might like to there.
Right.
McMath finds Smith for the corner three, just off the front of the rim.
Well, and I tell you, they're missing. Reagan Barrett is doing a great job of posting up and using her body to shield off the defenders and be wide open, and just not seeing her.
She's played a great all-around game at both ends, what she's done defensively against Chenault to kind of weather the storm there. Smith gets called for a little touch foul in the backcourt, her second. Team has 2.5. Mitchell with the ball, guarded by McMath, looks into Chenault, tipped away by Barrett, can't save it.
But still, she uses the correct hand. She doesn't use her body to get the contact foul, and she's able to knock the ball away. It's great defense.
It's like the game has slowed down for this team. Just even though they play at a breakneck pace, they just see it at a much slower, and it's coming together. Mitchell dribbles the ball off her foot, but there will be a foul again. That one on McMath up front.
If I'm not mistaken, unless every time I look up, the same referee is making every single call.
Seems like it.
He is making every single call.
It's a three-person crew.
Yeah.
He's got two ladies working with him.
Yeah, and I haven't, besides the one who blew the technical foul.
Honestly, the first half, there weren't many calls,
No.
other than traveling, but there weren't a lot of fouls called. Steal by Williams. She will look to take it the length. Nice bounce pass to McMath. The communication tonight and the unselfishness all the way around for great crossing.
Now they're all trying to get out on that fast break to get that easy bucket. Absolutely.
Get the showtime going.
Yep.
And they have numbers most of the time. 3-on-1, 2-on-1. Spot up inside the arc for Mitchell. Wild catches nothing. Ball on the floor. Barrett fighting for it. I think the possession arrow is Frankfort's. It is. 24-point lead. We're getting up to the only thing that could stop the threat for 100 might be the running clock.
The running clock. Not sure if we'll get there.
No. I'll tell you what.
Possibly.
Back-to-back games of high volume for the Lady Warhawks. Barrett's going to get called for the foul there as Great Crossings picked up 4 after not getting to the bonus in the first half.
Well, and Reagan is not, she on that out of bounds under there, she's not opening up and finding the ball and being between the ball and the man. And she gave an easy bucket, which was not a bucket to Chenault, but an easy attempt and had to foul.
Chenault has 13 points to lead the Lady Panthers of Frankfort High. Misses the first. Emma Bean checks back into the game, the freshman for a Great Crossing. A lot of freshmen, a lot of 8th graders. The team should return intact next season. They got a lot of damage they can still do here in 2019 and 20. Both free throws off the mark for Chenault, but an offensive rebound, uncontested layup. Madison Close.
Again, no block out there from the Lady Warhawks, and that cost them on that one.
Ball knocked out of bounds and tipped away, I guess. Gave Frankfort time to set their defense, which they haven't had much opportunity to do tonight. Skierman to McMath, who will get the running game going. A pull-up from the right elbow, short. Rebound by Close.
She just that's awesome right there. I mean, I know she misses the shot, but that's what you do. You go and give what the defense, you take what the defense gives you, and that's exactly what McMath does. She's great at that.
Look inside to Chenault and one. Chance.
Is that it for how many is that on Barrett? Oh, that was on Skierman. Sorry.
Yeah, I got to think Barrett. That's only Barrett's second.
That was on Barrett. Okay.
Barrett. McMath has 2. Barrett has 2. I don't think anybody's in any deep doo-doo here in terms of fouls. Chenault, the three-point play after missing 2 on the last trip to the line. She's got it under 20, 57-38. McMath up quickly to Williams on the wing. She'll find Skierman. Look inside to Barrett. Why not? The hook off the glass is no good, however. Rebounded by Ellis, who throws it away to McMath. A little bit of a tackle there.
It was a tackle.
Well, Close didn't have a lot of choice. It was she kind of got hung up with McMath.
Right.
Looked worse than it.
She did get the first down.
McMath to the hole, and no, Barrett, yes. Barrett with a career high 20 points and counting.
Well, Frankfort continues to try to press. I mean, I know you're down that much, but you're down,
McMath
21
with
points.
The steal. McMath with the basket. And a timeout for Frankfort. They might be out of 30s at this point. 23-point lead for the Lady Warhawks, 61-38 with 3:12 left as Michael Jackson serenades us.
I'm okay with that. They just leave that going rest of the half.
Great Crossing want to be starting something.
They want to
be finishing something.
Right, Frankfort want to be starting something.
Mama say, Mama saw Reagan Barrett score 20 points.
Absolutely.
Mama say. It has been definitely a party in the post, and that was the one piece that was missing early in the season for this team, and I think they found something. They found that inside-outside balance.
And I think McMath's going to do her thing. Williams is going to do hers. Skierman's going to be there kind of as the garbage person and the hustler, and she's going to get her points out of that. But it's all about Reagan Barrett. If they can get an inside presence to go along with those the company around her, that's incredible.
Just opening it up for 3 really great shooters.
Really are.
On the outside. At least 3, actually 4 when you count Haley Ward. 5 when you count Ava Skierman, who can do a lot of different things.
Yeah, and I was counting Ava in there with McMath and Williams.
I was just thinking 1, 2, and 3. Even Rachel Smith, she's streaky, but she's hit 4 or 5 in a game multiple times. So sky's really the limit for this group in this district and in this region. 61-38 your score. Chenault brings it up for Frankfort. Reagan Barrett guarding her as she has all night, inside and out.
She's playing good defense on her, but she's too far out on the court. I don't think she needs to be out that high.
Knocks the ball away from her there and ties it up. It will go to the Lady Warhawks. Don't forget, we got another one coming up tonight. Immediately following this one, you'll see the same 2 schools. The boys' program's going at it. Great Crossing looking to go 2-0 in the district. McMath, the no-look dish to Williams, in and out 3. Rebound Chenault. McMath got a hand in there and caught some arm.
I believe McMath's got a hand in. She may be out in the concession stand with a hand out there. She's got a hand in everything. She is a scrapper. My goodness.
Her hand in the cash register.
Yes.
Hand in the 50-50 bucket.
Woo.
Hand in the popcorn machine. You name it.
She's everywhere.
She is a player. She will stuff the stat sheet. Frankfort hasn't gone away. They take the 3 that's wild there. Ava
catch and shoot.
The rebound. Ava will push the issue 84 feet and drop the shoulder and get called for the player control foul.
Not sure about that. That was awful far underneath the bucket for them to.
I was going to say, it's hard for that player to get in position to draw the foul there.
Definitely.
Chanel brings the ball up a lot for Frankfort.
She does, because what they're doing is they bring her over here to kind of caddy corner, and they'll set a high ball screen, which they're not doing or she's not using right now. She's just kind of going on her own. It's getting her in trouble.
She finds Walker on the wing. Now back to Close. Close gets it tipped away briefly by Skierman and now tipped away permanently by McMath, who gets the easy 2. 17 points for Braley McMath. She's leading the team with 14.8 on the season, so that's 2 players that are well above that. We have
hurt.
Smith. Smith will roll her ankle, I think.
And then got
McMath will get the easy layup, but we hope that's just an ankle and not an Achilles. She is down for the count right now, 65-38.
Yeah, she's in a lot of pain, seems to be.
Maybe it's a cramp. That looks like a cramp the way they're stretching it out. Thank goodness.
And to me, sometimes in the middle of the night, a cramp in the calf is just like a break.
Speaking of leg day, we were talking about leg day on the way up these stairs to the
It reminded me that's
bird's
what
nest.
I did yesterday.
The bird's nest up here.
Yes.
Again for great crossing, number 23, Haley Ward. Replacing Smith.
Rachel will get a drink. We said about a 7-player rotation here for the Lady Warhawks. So
Oof.
I'll tell you what, though, you want cramps, go play at Davis Reed Gym at Georgetown College when Georgetown's playing Pikeville. About 150 degrees in there.
If then that may be a little bit light of the
I was
temperature.
going to say it as Coach James Jackson after the girls' game. Somebody said something to him, and he said, "It's not even top 10 for this place." And he's right.
You're right.
Yeah.
Growing up in the old gym, Cal, when it was turned the other way, believe it or not, you could literally see the windows were sweating. I mean, they had to. It was unbelievable.
Warhawks foul number 22, Sherman. That's her
It
4th.
gives you such an advantage when you're in a situation like that over a visiting team, doesn't it? I mean,
Sure does. Well, it's
you're
just
used
everything's
to it.
psychological.
You're practicing it. Yeah, they come in from outside. It's winter. It's cold, and they're like, I can't breathe. Frankfort to the line for 2.
We used to go some places, as a matter of fact, in high school, I won't mention where they were, but intentionally the heat was double in the locker room. It was unbelievable.
Teams will exploit that any chance they get. Ava Skierman has picked up her 4th foul, so she will sit down. Both free throws go down for Mitchell. Those are her first points of the half. Gray Crossing has done a good job on her, holding her to 9 so far. She averages just shy of 15. McMath kicks it over to Ward for 3. Front rim no good. Rebound Mitchell. Mitchell, long pass.
That's a
over
great
the top
pass.
to Close, but guess who?
Yes.
Braley McMath knocks it away and brings it back the other way. Left elbow spot up is good. You can't stop her.
You can't. And the thing about it is, it's her energy and her stamina. I mean, I think she could play like 4 games out here.
That's what Coach Glenn Wilson said to me the other day. He said she's in the best shape of her life, and there's no question.
Yeah, she does it. She does not tire.
There were times when she played at Scott County, and nobody likes to run like Scott County, and she'd spell one of the guards there, and she'd come in and play 6 or 8 minutes after a full JV game, and she would look tired, but she doesn't look tired ever this year.
Everybody around her looks tired. She makes them look
Absolutely.
tired.
She'll exhaust her own teammates and her opponents and everything else. Foul on Timmy Williams. After this, it'll be the double bonus. It's 9 fouls in the 3rd quarter. First free throw for Mitchell was no good. The second one is good to make it 67-41. 43 seconds and rolling as McMath over to Custard for 3. Looked good, but it went off the back rim and rebounded.
Haven't seen Custard much. Was she a JV player as well?
Yeah, she kind of is a swing, I think. She had a double-digit scoring day against Iroquois. Everybody did the other day. Olivia Tierney, who we haven't seen tonight, she also scored 10 points the other day. She hasn't even taken the sweats off as McMath gets a steal and another pull-up jumper, short, but Reagan Barrett for the and 1.
Again, Reagan Barrett trailing the play and just outrunning everybody else to the bucket.
Strong side rebound gets her a chance at the old-fashioned 3-point play and a chance for the Warhawks to hit 70 by the end of the 3rd quarter, 69-41. And it's good. Barrett, 23 points.
Great game for Reagan.
You talked about confidence, momentum, all those things. Frankfort doesn't see the clock, and they won't get a shot off before the end of the third quarter. The parent who's filming up here did. He was trying to get their attention.
Yes.
Your score after 3, 8 minutes remain. Great Crossing 70, Frankfort 41 in girls basketball here on the Bird's Nest Broadcasting Network. Pretty consistent for Great Crossing, 26, 22, 22, the quarter scores for a total of 70.
They got a possibility in
you know, if it's like the game against Iroquois, they do, because Frankfort, they'll just match them shot for shot.
Yeah.
You know, I've joked about this with Steve Helton for Scott County. There's been some games there where it's almost like his team lets up on the defense because they know that if they get to the running clock, they won't have a chance to hit on it.
Right.
And sometimes,
well, and you know what Frankfort's got to do right here. If you want a shot at trying to get back in the game at all, you got to put the ball up. You know, there's going to be some wild shots.
Absolutely.
But are you going to stop Great Crossing at the other end? That's the question. And they haven't so far.
No, they haven't stopped Barrett. They certainly haven't stopped McMath. McMath just makes things happen so many different ways. You could credit, you know, a lot of Barrett's scoring has come courtesy of McMath.
No
Even
question.
The second chances are shots that Braley has helped create. But both those players having an enormous night here as we start the fourth quarter.
Look forward to a little McMath and DeFore against each other, a little head-to-head there.
Can you imagine? We're going to have fun with the plays on words that night, too.
Yes.
We'll be doing the McMath and
getting on the floor.
The 3 from DeFore.
The 3 from DeFore.
It's going to be interesting. I think Great Crossing has found some offensive balance. Scott County's still got to get there. They've got the 3 high-level players on that team. They need to find 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to get where they want to go
you're right.
this year. There's a rebound for Chenault on a basket. She has led Frankfort in no uncertain terms tonight.
And there goes McMath.
To Williams, top of the arc for 3, no. Rebound Ward, no. Rebound to Frankfort, and Chenault tries to get it taken away from Ward. Instead gets it taken away from McMath, who unselfishly dishes to Haley Ward for the easy 2, 72-43. 29-point lead, and here comes Olivia Tierney. We mentioned her. She'll get her first action of the night. Probably we'll see a couple other players. Kaylee Ray on the end of the bench. Bianca Davis. This guy hasn't been watching the game much in the second half. That's the 10th team foul. Only 3 on Frankfort, but apparently still in some minds the Lady Panthers are getting the short end. 29-point deficit they face at the line. They'll miss the first as Tierney checks in for McMath. That could be the end of the night for Braley McMath. If it is, 21 points.
I would think so.
I mean, I don't think there's any reason to subject her to any more beating than she already gets.
No, and she left everything out on the court. Great ball game by McMath. Great ball game.
Cross-court pass from Ward to Tierney. The 3 is no good. Rebound tipped around. Frankfort will come down with it. And there'll be another foul called, and Frankfort will walk to the line. Reagan Barrett's 3rd foul of the night.
As much as she's played and as hard as she played, that's another key. Keep yourself out of foul trouble when you're underneath. I mean, that's
they don't really have a ton of bench.
No, I was looking. I don't think they.
You know, they have to kind of rotate Beam a little bit and Custard, and there's just not a lot of size. Ava Skierman certainly helps to bear some of that rebounding responsibility, but that's it. 1 of 2, or actually both free throws go down for Mitchell.
Where's Skierman been?
She's sitting right now. 4 fouls.
Yeah, okay.
And Ward with the 3. Ward has 7 points. It's a 30-point lead. 6:20 to play. Mitchell with a strong take. And we said they might just let him match basket for basket.
Right.
See where it goes. Steal by Frankfort. Madison close.
It's an errant pass by Mitchell there. By Williams, excuse me.
Backdoor cut, but the wild pass saved. Mitchell to close. Now a three-point attempt is no good by Haley Close. And a rebound coming away with it is Timmy Williams. Timmy to the corner and Layla Custard again. That one swish.
It's raining in here, Huff, that one.
It's raining threes. Haven't had as many. Well, we've had 3 in the second half after 5.
And they were 5. Yeah, they were 5 of 9 in the first half.
So 8 on the night is a pretty good clip. Offensive rebound for Chenault, up, no good. Another chance, no, but she'll get fouled.
That's where Reagan has to really, once she shoots, Reagan has to, I think sometimes she's too nice. She really is. She's too nice instead of rooting her out of there, saying, hey, you're only going to get one shot, and I'm going up and getting this ball.
Maybe playing with 3 fouls.
And fatigue.
Yeah, that too. Tierney got called for the foul there, her first. 5:26 remaining. Here comes Ava, as well as Kaylee Ray, I believe, to see her first activity. And excuse me, Bianca Davis.
Number 22, Ava Sherman. Also number 40, Bianca Davis.
First free throw was no good. Great Crossing leads by 31. Is this game running clock or not? Ticking away. Other than the fouls slowing it down a little bit in the double bonus situation. Chenault makes the free throw. She has 19 on the night. Into Davis, out for 3 again, no good. Chenault rebound. Tierney got a hand in there to tie it up. And now we've got a timeout, so forget I said anything about the game.
Right.
Winding down.
Nope.
Oh, Lord have mercy. GC 78, FHS 48 with 5:18 remaining. We want to mention again, we're going to choose, actually, I think we could probably safely choose the Galvin's on Main player of the game right now. It's going to be Reagan Barrett, the freshman for Great Crossing. So make sure to call attention to that before this is over. But as of now, 23 points. I would guess double-digit rebounds by now as well. If she doesn't have a double-double, she should.
Jump ball, white balls, Great Crossing possession.
And then we'll have a brief break between games before we come back with the boys' portion of this doubleheader. As Close tips the ball away, it will stay with Great Crossing. Great Crossing girls well on their way to their 4th win of the season. They'll be 4-7, but as we mentioned, in terms of rating and things like that, as Ward makes another 3. When you could come off the bench with Haley Ward, who now has 10, you're in good shape.
She has enough tries.
As I said earlier in the season on another broadcast, as Chenault gets the putback.
Chenault's having a big game.
Haley Ward had 7 in a varsity game, 7 threes for Scott County last year against Sayre. That's kind of like a JV game in a lot of ways.
Right.
No offense to Sayre. But still, to do that in a varsity game, she's shown, and she has shown throughout this season, she's capable as well. Great Crossing travels. Triple fours on the time clock, 81-50 on the scoreboard. Still not to that 35-point magic barrier.
Couple more possessions, maybe.
Maybe not. I don't know. Mitchell with a wild floater. It goes out of bounds to Great Crossing. They kept her in check.
Yeah, Chenault's had a really good game. Chenault plays a lot of minutes.
Between the two of them, they've had 32 out of the 50.
Yeah.
You can see that they're definitely the 1-2 punch for Frankfort. They don't want to have them off the floor for any length of time. Skjorman to Custard, back to Skjorman. Cross court to Tierney for 3, no, off the rim, and now a long rebound for Walker. She leads the pack of Warhawks down the court, and she'll draw the foul. And the clock will stop again.
A Panther in the middle of some Warhawks.
A flock of Hawks.
That's her second.
Tierney's second foul.
At the line, Walker shooting
Will be the longest fourth quarter in the recorded history
It's gotta
of
be.
James Naismith's great game.
It's got to be.
First one is good.
And for Frankfort, 0-0, Charlotte Barnett.
Charlianne, no, sorry, they've checked in someone whose name I don't recognize. I'll have to go to the KHSAA website to get that. Second one's no good. 4 minutes and rolling until the next whistle at least, and there it is. Travel on Davis.
Davis turned, didn't think anybody was behind her, and there was Chenault.
Right now on the court for Great Crossing, freshman, 8th grader, sophomore, and freshman, I believe.
I think the future is bright
I
for
should
Coach
say
Wilson. I really do.
Excuse me, there was a junior, Haley Ward. Rebound or steal, whichever way you put it, by Custard, but that'll be a steal for Walker to come back the other way.
Coach Wilson's still getting a little perturbed with the turnovers.
Step back three is in and out. Rebound for Custard. Loses it briefly. Now finds Ward. And finds Skierman. Over to Tierney, who lost the handle. Pie on the scoreboard. 3:14 remaining. And still a 30-point margin. So we are holding. Great Crossing is going to be your winner tonight. It's just a matter of by how much and by what time we're going to start the boys' game. We are pushing 8 o'clock right now.
Yep. Sorry, honey, I told you wrong again.
I told my wife 10.
I told you wrong again.
There's the driving layup by 0-0. They called her Charlie, I believe. Otherwise, will remain nameless because I didn't have her on my varsity roster. 3-point attempt for Ray is no good. Ball kicked around to Tierney, who will get the. They're going to call a 3-second violation, or what are they going to call? No, they're going to call 30.
30-second timeout, Great Crossing.
I have no words.
I have none.
I love you, Glenn, but
Yes.
I have no words.
You are not. He is not taking his timeouts to the house with him, Cal. I can tell you that.
Well, this is a good opportunity to remind you that this broadcast is brought to you by Raising Cane's, DMK CPA, Georgetown College, Scott County Veterinary Clinic, Steve Skierman and Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, West Banco, Burger King, Bluegrass Orthopedics, Georgetown Community Hospital, Brickhouse Properties, TMMK, Toyota Motor Manufacturing of Kentucky, Galvin's on Main, Chick-fil-A of Georgetown, Green's Toyota of Lexington, Clark's Pump and Shop of Georgetown, People's Bank, the Canewood location. I think that's it. We've got the Galvin's Player of the Game Award, which we're going to present to Reagan Barrett after this one. We've got our Georgetown News graphic sponsors, Moses Inc. and SCAD, Scott County Against Drugs. They present our weekly show, Breaking the Huddle, as Custard misses a 3. We'll be taping that tomorrow. We'll have all the information about these 4 fine county basketball teams. Frankfort comes back the other way. Couple of shots, don't catch any iron, and the rebound comes to Tierney, who might have walked, but she got the long pass away to Skierman. Skierman gets fouled and sent to the line with a stopping clock at 2:16.
Lady Panthers foul number 5, England. Her 4th, team 4th.
Well,
Skierman's still active, gets down the floor right there, and after getting on the boards, playing good defense, and beats
quiet since the 8 points in the first quarter.
Oh,
so a chance to get in double digits here. She makes the first.
She took off. I mean, she really broke the game open there at the beginning. She really did.
And she kind of took what was given to her and got the team off and running, to say the least. You know, if you're just joining us, she had 8 in the first quarter. Timmy Williams had 8 with a couple of threes. Ava hit a 3. Rachel Smith hit a 3. I think they hit their first 4 tries, maybe 4 out of 5. Skierman with 10 points now. She becomes the fourth
yep.
Lady Warhawk in double figures, joining McMath, Barrett, and Ward. Actually, the 5th, because Williams is there as well. Second chance basket, no. Third chance, no. Rebound to Tierney. She's had a half dozen here in the fourth quarter, I'm pretty sure. Now loose ball to Ward. Ward to Skierman. These five are probably going to work together several years down the road.
Yeah, they are. The future is bright. I will say that again.
Missed shot there. The three-point percentage has gone down here in the fourth quarter a little bit. But 0-0 will pull it out for Frankfort. Inside, no. That's going to send Brooklyn Taylor. We saw her in the JV. Taylor could not be stopped in the JV.
No, and I like it because they try to get it to her when she's in there now.
That's it. And she's playing against mostly the same crew now.
She knows exactly what to do with it when she catches it.
83 to 53, 86 seconds remain. Got a big game Friday night. We'll remind you again, Sky County and Henry Clay boys. We got another big one tonight. Great Crossing boys against Frankfort immediately to follow. A little 15-minute warm-up probably. Hopefully not much longer than that. Neither free throw good for Taylor. Rebound comes away to Davis, who gets it to Ward, who gets it to Skierman, who will set the offense. Skip pass to Tierney. Back to Ward, back to Skierman, back to Custard. Rainbow, good inside the arc. Custard has 5 in this final period.
And it didn't happen in the library. General Custard. Colonel Custard.
Custard. It's the Custard, jump on it, jump on it.
That's right.
Little Sugar Hill Gang for entertainment purposes. Perhaps Tierney with a step back three. No, it's long. Ward, she won't be shy about the second chance. She'll get it. She has 10 points in the fourth quarter, 12 overall. And the final 30 seconds, mercifully, is there any Ward I can knock on? We're going to tick away here.
With a 34-point lead.
Never did get to the running clock.
And there's your obligatory foul when you don't need to.
I jinxed these fine men and women in stripes before the half by saying they hadn't called many fouls.
Right.
We never had a bonus situation before halftime.
I think they've done a good job overall.
Yeah, they kept it under control.
Yep.
Barnett for Frankfort. Yeah, around the rim, bouncy, bouncy, it goes in. 5 Lady Warhawks in double figures for the second consecutive game. You gotta love that. Showing their depth.
Showing that they can absolutely put the ball in a basket. They really can. You know, now as Coach Wilson said, let's work on our press. Let's work on cutting down on the just straight drives to the bucket and layups. I mean, they give up a lot of layups and second chances as well. On their defensive rebounding needs to improve.
Shot blocked. Offensive rebound for Tierney. And that will be it. 87 to 55, your final. Great Crossing, your winner. We will remind you that your Galvin's on Main player of the game is Reagan Barrett with a career high 23 points. A lot of other worthy contenders as well. Brayley McMath had 21. Timmy Williams 11. Haley Ward with 12. Ava Skierman with 10. So we said 5 in double figures. Jemiah Chenault, sorry.
She played a heck of a game.
21
yeah.
for Frankfort.
Good player.
They held in quotes, Tiana Mitchell to 14, not much below her average, 14.6. So statistically, basically a push there. But good win for Great Crossing, I think you would have to say. A convincing win, gets them on the right foot in the district here to go 1-1. They've still got Western Hills to play, and then they'll make that second round, and they'll see how much they've learned for a second shot at Franklin County.
Well, and they've had 2 decisive wins, two big wins where they've scored a lot of points. They've gotten a lot of people playing time, and a lot of the girls have scored that are on the team, not just a certain few. So I think that their confidence is up right now, and I really think they're moving in the right direction.
Thorough domination of this one from the get-go. As you mentioned, the threes, things just really opened up. Bradley McMath, the floor general, just an overall good win. Good balance. You know, as you said, maybe probably a defense probably the area of improvement if there is one.
Although they caused a lot of turnovers, and they, McMath is there. My goodness, she is a thorn in the side of any team she plays. But yes, as far as what it is more than anything, it's their half-court defense is what it is, Cal. When they're able to press and they turn up the speed of the opposing team, that works to their advantage, and they get some easy buckets out of it. But they also give up a lot of easy buckets in their half-court defense.
We're going to take about an 12, 13-minute break here. We'll come back with about 5 minutes to go before the boys' half of this doubleheader. One final reminder, your score was 87-55. Great Crossing girls, your winner.